All right, so the second video we're going to get into is the second point, and that is that I support the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights being the amendments to the Constitution of the United States, and that Bill of Rights is actually debated amongst our framers of the Constitution as something that was unnecessary because it delineated rights that were already preconceived as inalienable, such as the right to say what you want to say, freedom of speech, believe what you want to believe, the freedom of religion, and to assemble peacefully where you want to assemble, and the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms. All of these things are natural rights to human beings, and they are inalienable to us. They are listed in the Bill of Rights as a means to prevent encroachment and to remind further generations, in my opinion, remind future generations that those are the inalienable rights that we all possess, and that we get to carry on, and we are not granted those rights by the government, but those are rights that the government is not able to take away from us. Very, very important to understand the difference between a right that is like voting. Voting, people say voting is a human right. Well, it's actually an unnatural construct. It's a human construct. It's a way that we tabulate votes for and tabulate elections. It is not a human right because we invented it. So the others, the right to defend yourself, the right to speak, the right to believe, the right to think, the right to assemble, the right to travel, those are all inherent to us as human beings, as opposed to the source of a construct. But we're going to stick with the Bill of Rights today, which naturally don't have any mention of voting in them because it is not a part of the Bill of Rights. The human rights, the rights of man that we have that are inalienable to us and endowed by our Creator. Whatever a Creator might be to you, that's what it is. Now, don't want to go through all of these. There are 27 amendments to the Constitution. The first 10 are the Bill of Rights. Or first 11 maybe. The first 10 amendments are the Bill of Rights. The Ninth Amendment is one I love. If you haven't studied the Bill of Rights, you haven't studied the Constitution, it is not a big book. It is very small. This particular edition has 30 pages, and this is your U.S. Constitution. Now, of course, you can go into the law library and you'll be struck with a wall of books. That is the laws that are generated from legislation after legislation after legislation. As a member of the Atascadero City Council, I will protect the Constitution. I will preserve our freedoms. I will defend the rights of man and preserve the natural rights of our Constitution and our humanity, the inalienable rights. That is my position. I love the Bill of Rights. I love the Constitution of the United States and the freedoms it gives us as a nation. I will hope that we can do better to educate the children of our nation on what they mean so that we don't have the unrest that we do because we don't understand what our actual human rights are. So we start to make them up, and that's what I see with a lot of the critical theory that is out there. It is making things up to try to have an alternate reality when our reality is already presented to us. It's inalienable. They are self-evident, and we have them, and they cannot be taken away. That's what I love about them, and that's why I support them. And I hope you will support me as the city council member in Atascadero by casting your vote for Nick Mattson on November 3rd or before November 3rd if you trust your vote by mail.